Hello everybody, this is Diamond Oz, aka Ollie Hines, because that's my real name, from metalunderground.com, and I'm very honoured to say we're here with Vorph and Samael.
Hey.
How are you going?
Good.
Good.
Very good.
Well, straight into it, you're still promoting the latest album, Hegemony.
Correct, yeah.
You just released a new video for the title track.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting video. It's very vibrant in a way, which is strange to say for such a dark band, if you like.
All right. I mean, we just spent time on the editing. It wasn't much there, so
no?
It's more or less, it's a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Who did the video. He did the Black Supremacy video before,
yes.
A couple of years before.
Yeah.
And nothing special really. But we wanted to have some, visual on the music. And
yeah.
That's all.
No, I think it's a very cool video.
It's cool.
Yeah. Obviously, that's been out for a little while now. It came out in 2017.
Yeah, already,
yeah, it's going quick, Now that there's been some time to settle, how do you see Hegemony in the grand scheme of things? How does it fit in with the rest?
We're still happy with it. We're still happy with it. Well, with the time, usually you get better at not disappointing yourself eventually. We've played, I think, almost half of the album live already. Mm-hmm. There's songs that we're probably never gonna play. It's always the same thing,
Okay.
But the one we chose so far, they work fine. So hopefully we had one or two more that we can add in the future.
I was going to ask you about that because I've read you saying before when you wrote the album you had like a very live atmosphere in mind. You were kind of imagining
some of the songs, some of the songs. I mean, the song Samael, obviously,
Yeah, of course,
kind of, an anthem for the band, and it works fine.
Yeah, and obviously Black Supremacy is, like you said, that's your anthem for the colour black, and that's
true.
It's a great song anyway, but it's cool. Have you played Helter Skelter yet?
No. I mean, maybe we'll do at some point. But we're promoting this album. We just had a double re-release, of Solar Soul and Lux Mundi a few weeks ago, and we will try to have a mishmash of the new album, kind of older stuff. So it's difficult. I mean, we play an hour and a half, which is already something for music that is extreme. So. It will be like a little bit too much maybe to have even that one, but maybe at some point. It will be nice. It will be nice to try at least once.
Absolutely, I think that would go down really well. But and like you said, you've just re-released 2 albums, including Lux Mundi.
Yeah.
And again, it was a substantial gap between Lux Mundi and Hegemony. So that almost must seem like a fairly old album now. Lux Mundi is
kind of, yeah. I mean, one of the reasons we did that, there's a few. First, we changed the record company, and we own the right on all the album we released since Reign of Light. So that will be moved to the new label anyway. So we thought, well, at least maybe you do something special. Yeah. And Xi was not totally satisfied with the snare sound, especially on that album. So you want, and as you change this, then everything could be changed. And we decided to kind of remix it. I mean, it is a remix, but from the stems. Okay. So you cannot really go deep in the detail. I mean, you got the guitar tracks, but they're not separate anymore. So but it's still a remix, and I think it add a lot of dynamic to the previous mix. If you had the chance to compare, I mean, I had, and I could say I'm very happy with the result of the new one.
Good. Yeah. So with those 2 re-releases and Hegemony, is tonight's set going to be very kind of recent material, if you like, focused?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, we try to go down the line a bit more than that, but yeah.
You always got to throw in a few old favourites, I guess.
Yeah. We go as far as Ceremony of Opposites. The 2 first album, we're not playing songs anymore, as we did the project.
I was going to say you did the War project.
Exactly, where we play only this material. So I kind of split those 2 albums out from not the discography, but out of the live set somehow. Yeah. We had 2 different projects out of the same band somehow.
Yeah. Are you still doing the War project?
We're doing some show. I mean, we just have one this summer in Germany, like in July, sometime in July.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it's not something we try to promote, but if there is a demand, we're there and we got the materials.
I think it's kind of a bit of fun, really. It's something to reassure, and fans get.
It was more fun than I thought to do it. And, you know, first we tried at the rehearsal place a few years ago. We didn't really had in mind to play it live. It was just, you know, to see how it was to play back with the drum and stuff like this. And we thought, well, maybe we just do one show one time. And then we had lineup change, Mas left the band, and we finally got a proposition from a guy who got a small festival in Switzerland, and he thought, well, you know, this has to be. So we played 2 shows on different nights, one after another in a small club. And as it turned out good, you know, we had some proposition from different promoters, and we did it like, I think 6 times so far only. So it's not like, you know, it will not be something regular, but, you know.
Yeah. Like you say, you kind of go back to the ceremony of opposites with Samael as the starting point, if you like.
Somehow, I mean, you know, this is where we start to work.
It's more electronic and
better with seeing. This is where it start to do the music.
Yeah.
Everything, and I start to focus on the lyrics. So we haven't changed that formula, but those 2 previous albums are a bit different.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know.
Yeah, and it's a ceremony of opposites. It's a fantastic album. It's a very important album for Samael as well, and I think it's an album that most people that like avant-garde or even just daring extreme music should have in their collection, because it's such a departure.
Nice to hear that.
No, it's. But this year marks the 25th anniversary of that album, and I was wondering if you had any plans to celebrate it or such.
We did it already.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know, a few years ago we played the album entirely. I think over 40 times, you know, festivals, small tours in Canada, in Poland. So no, we're not gonna do this time.
No, but you can't keep going back to it. Yeah. Cool. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, there was a 6-year gap in between Lux Mundi and Hegemony. Can you imagine there being another substantial gap between the next album, or have you already begun working on material?
We're not really thinking in that term, you know, like what. Now we haven't started to work on new material. I mean, we still have idea and we collect idea throughout the time, you know, not to. Anytime there's something, you know, pop up in my mind, I just write it down and put it aside for the time when I would need it. But no, there is no plan to record something new at this point. I mean, you know, though the album is 2 years old, this is the first tour we're doing for it. So
wow,
no.
That's strange to say, really. I mean, I saw you last year at 70,000 Tons of Metal. I watched both sets.
Yeah, but that was just, you know, those kind of thing of festival, but we haven't done a tour for this album, so, you know.
Yeah, no, but those were great sets, by the way, so I really enjoyed it. So it'll be interesting to see you tonight at your own headlining show.
Yeah, and it's cool to be back in London.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's not often we play in England. Usually it's only London, so...
Yeah. Obviously, Samael has been credited as a very important band in the terms of the development and legacy in black metal music. And obviously, Fenris from Dark Throne put you on this compilation years and years back. I was wondering, do you still see yourselves as a black metal band, or did you ever see yourself as a black metal band?
We were a black metal fan, you know, more than... Then it doesn't matter, I mean, if we are or not, but yeah, you know, I was a big fan of Venom, of Valkyrie, Celtic Frost, Possessed, you know, I mentioned always, it was the same band. I mean, there were not many men doing this before.
No.
And then it kind of died away a little bit, you know, all those bands, either they changed or they split up.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, that's where we felt, well, we should carry on, because this is something we really felt inside ourselves. And, you know, with the years, we've tried to develop it differently and you know, have a sound that says, oh, they sound like this band, you know, you got your own identity, not just like not a cover band, but something like...
Yeah. I mean, I think it was Worship Him, Fenris, he was saying that's the first Norwegian black metal album, even though they're from Switzerland. So...
Yeah, we were not exactly satisfied with the sound of the album. We wanted to have something fatter, heavier, we actually reached what we were looking for when we released Blood Ritual.
Mm-hmm.
But this album sounds different and fine.
Yeah. Cool. And when you released those albums, you were quite young, really. I think you were 21 when
something like that.
Worship Him came out.
The first one, yeah.
And so, Worship Him, Blood Ritual, and Ceremony of Opposites. I mean, again, I read you were 25 when Ceremony of Opposites came out. So to have 3 albums that are considered such gems, such essentials, if you like, to write and release them at such a young age. Do you kind of look back on that as a quite surprising kind of thing that you were able to do that, or just
don't
always
really look back like this? You know,
No.
the only time we will, it's for example when we play old songs, and for example when we did this War project, I had to listen to those albums again, and I didn't listen to them for years really.
No.
And you see all the things that could have been better, could have been different. But we got the chance when we play live, to readjust a little bit. We got 2 guitar now, so there is more harmony, there is more interesting thing going on than on the original album. But those were the days.
And just finally, then, what's the plans for the rest of the year?
We finish this tour first. We don't have much, but we have a few festivals this summer. And we're talking about next tour. So
good.
Yeah, it's not yet confirmed, but it's in the air right now.
Oh, but you're always welcome back in London.
Yeah, probably we'll play London again. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.